Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all good. It's Friday. Baz is doing another one, and this one, this is from your local brewery, Stonehouse Brewery. And I mean, I only went down Stonehouse to pick up some beers for Simo, Bramall, JB, because we're going to be doing a little bit of beer swapping. But when I saw it in there, I thought I'd give it a go, and I thought I'd pick one up to review as well. So the beer we are looking at is a bottle of their Distant Echo, and it is a session pale IPA. Now you're thinking, hang on, Baz, you don't do session IPAs. No, they're not generally my thing, but I will always try a beer, and I'll always try their new releases and what have you that they have out. It's coming in at 4.2%. How much is it? Well, that is a very good question. I don't really sort of know. Now, I sat in Stonehouse and had one while I was there. So I've had a bottle of this already. Sitting in, it was £4 a bottle. Yeah, you might say, hang on, that's a bit expensive. It's a 500ml bottle, by the way. But obviously, prices have gone up. They're going to charge you to sit in because, you know, they have electric and all this, that and the other going on. So you kind of get that. So it was £4 when I sat in. But I also bought some in a case of 12. And that case of 12 beers, which was a mixed case, coming at 24 quid. So theoretically, this one I've taken away and bought in a box of 12, I've had for 2 quid. No doubt that is because I have bought bulk. How much it is on its own, taken away, it's £4 sit in, it's probably about, I don't know, £3 to take away, something like that. But we are going to have a look at it anyway. I've waffled on for 2 minutes now. So yeah, Stonehouse Brewery, Distant Echo. They are very much a traditional brewery. They went through a little bit of a craft stage. I think during COVID and that, they had to change things, and they've done a lot of craft stuff. They're kind of cutting back on that now, which is a little bit of a shame. I suppose you could still call this craft beer in a sense, but I mean craft beer in sort of like as in Two Thongs Double IPA and their stronger IPAs that they do. I think they're cutting back on that now. I know they've dropped a couple of their core range as well. The Station Bitter that they do, that is always going to be there. I think that is the most popular beer. But what they are doing quite a lot now is cask sort of pale ales, IPAs and session ones, because that is what people are asking for. Not only that, but the pubs that they supply, that is what people are asking for. So I did speak to the owner Shane yesterday, and I did say I would like to, you know, I understand he has to do it from a business point of view, but I did say I'd like to see at least sort of one strong beer coming out at a time or something, even if they just bottle it. Because quite frankly, they're good at some of the beers they do, they are good at. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, so whether I get in trouble, tough shit. But they are releasing a porter for Christmas. But not a Christmas porter. They've done a festive porter before. They're just releasing a standard sort of porter, I think at about 5%. So I'll be looking out for that. Obviously, we're a few months away. But let's stop chatting shit. I've bored to shit this for 4 minutes now. So let's dive in on their Distant Echo 4.2% Session Pale IPA, 500ml bottle. Sit in 4 quid. Takeaway was 2 quid when I bought 12 bottles. Probably the general price is about 3 quid. Let's get it cracked open. I've got the normal Stonehouse Brewery pint glass, because I think that is the one you want for this. Plain black crown. Let's get her open. Yeah, when I was talking to Shane, I did say to him, I said, you're doing too much of this session stuff for my liking. I said, don't get me wrong, your beers are nice. Pale ales and the IPAs, the session ones. But I said, any more than 2 and I'm bored with them. There's just not enough going on in there. So yeah, that's one way to get on with the owner of your local brewery, is to knock them. But generally I'm very appreciative of their beers. So Distant Echo Session Pale IPA in a glass. It's not a nucleated glass, so there is only minimal bubbles going up. It's clear, it's golden, crystal clear. We've got a lovely compact finger of white head. Let's dive in on the nostrils. There is a little bit left in the bottle. Not bottle conditioned either, I don't think. Though I do think it's a little bit hazy yesterday, but we'll see. Let's have a sniffers. Wow. Maybe that's my glass, I don't know. I'm certainly getting a different aroma. Certainly fruity, certainly hoppy. There's almost a, well, it's definitely floral for me. Maybe it's a washing up liquid I'm using on my glasses, I don't know, but floral, maybe floral isn't the right word, maybe a herbal aroma in there. Malty. Maybe I picked more up in the taste yesterday. But yeah, stop sniffing. Let's give her a go. We'll give it a top up as you do. Looks decent. Let's dive in. Stonehouse Distant Echo Session Pale IPA 4.2%. Cheers. And yeah, for me, what I'm going to say is, this was sitting in a box in the dining room. Oh, there's more coming through then. So I did whack it in the freezer for about 20 minutes. I think it's slightly too chilled. Slightly too chilled. But 4.2% Session Pale IPA. The body's good for that. The body is good for that sort of percentage. Again, it's traditional, if you like. It's not full on craft. There's probably more malts in this. I would think, right, it's more malty than hoppy. I think when you got a more malty beer, the beer feels heavier. Bubbles in there, although there doesn't look much going up the glass when you're drinking it. Lots of small bubbles going around in your mouth, releasing the flavour. Once you get past that carbonation, I would say it's nice and smooth on the back end. It's not rough in the mouth, but you feel the carbonation, let me say that. On the taste, you certainly get the hops. For me, you're hit with the hops. So, I mean, for instance, I'm going to go back to Hops in Harmony, Brewdog. Hops, you couldn't tell there was any hops in there. This one, you feel the hops. It's got a spiciness to it. Fruity. Not as fruity as I would say the one I had yesterday. For some reason doesn't feel as fruity. Maybe that's just me today. Malty background or backbone. Very much bready. Leaves a lovely sort of bready note. Really does. Crusty bread, I would say. Fruity, floral, hoppy, malty. Not a beer that's going to wow you. It's traditional, but there is plenty of flavour in it. And really, for something like 4.2%, I think it does the job. It does the job. And at £2 when I bought a box of 12, it's a bargain. So, Do I like it? Yes, I do think. There's me opening this more in there. Excuse my burps. I do think it's one of the better ones I've had of theirs lately. They are releasing, like I say, a lot of sort of pale ales, lower ABV beers, session IPAs, if you like. I do think this is one of the better ones. And again, don't get me wrong, I could drink it, but it is one that after a couple, I would probably find myself getting a little bit bored of it, because I like bigger, bolder beers. But yeah, it's real decent. It goes down well, 4.2%. You don't really get that. You know, you could probably say, yeah, it drinks ideal, but you certainly get more flavour than what the ABV suggests. So for me, Stonehouse Brewery's Distant Echo Session Pale IPA is well worth giving a go. Don't expect full-on craft beer. This is more traditional with a nice little, you know, not craft twist. It's just been brewed with, you know, with love. You can just tell it's a well-brewed, traditional, old-school beer. And I will just quickly say on the back, pale hoppy session brewed with Salvo Trident to enhance hop uptake without adding bitterness. Fruity, herby, lemony. Yeah. Yeah, you do get that. You do get that lemon thing. You know, I didn't pick it out, but saying it, you do get that. And again, it's not really massively bitter. Fruity, I said herbal sort of thing on the nose. Decent drop. If you see it, give it a go. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Sorry for chatting too long. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.